Good morning, children. Our today's topic is subtraction. Let us understand it by the first example of without borrowing. Now, here we have two numbers, a greater number and a smaller number. The greater number is known as minuend and the smaller number is known as subtrahend. Let us read it. When a smaller number called subtrahend is subtracted from a bigger number called minuend, the answer we get is called the difference. Let us see the number. 21,589 minus 10,476. So when the number is given, we write the number under the correct place value. Now here we will start from the ones place. The number written above is 9 and the number written below it is 6. So we have to subtract 6 from 9. So 9 minus 6 comes 3. Now we come to tens place. 8 minus 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. Similarly, 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 comes 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer comes 11,113 and the answer in subtraction is called difference. Let us understand it more by the next example of with borrowing. Now children, here we have to borrow. Let's see how we will do this sum. Okay, so at ones place we can see that the number 7 is written and below it we can see that the number 8 is written. We cannot subtract a greater number from a smaller number because above 7 is a smaller number and below is 8 is a greater number. So for that we will borrow 1 from the number which is written on the left. So on the left the number 3 is written, from which we will take 1 borrow. So here at ones place 7 becomes 17 and 3 becomes 2. So 17 minus 8 comes 9. Now here 2 is a smaller number and 7 is a greater number. Again we cannot subtract a greater number from a smaller number. So again we will take a borrow. Now again this 3 becomes 2 and here 1 power comes. So this becomes 12. So 12 minus 7 is 5. Now again we can see that this 2 is a smaller number at hundreds place and 4 is a bigger number. So again we have to take 1 borrow. So now this 1 becomes 0 and this 2 becomes 12. Now 12 minus 4 is 8. Very good children. Now this 0 is again a smaller number and 5 is a greater number. So again we have to take borrow children. So 8 we will cut and we will write here 7 and the 0 becomes 10. Very good. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Now this 7 at 10,000's place is again a smaller number and the number written below 9 is a greater number. So 7 minus 9, we can't do that. So again we have to take a borrow. So 6 becomes 5 and this 7 becomes 17. Now 17 becomes the greater number and minus 9. So 17 minus 9 is 8. Now this is 5 and this is 3. So a greater number is written on the top. Below it is a smaller number. So we can easily subtract it. 5 minus 3 is 2. So the answer is, so here the answer is 2,85,859. Now let us make it more clear by solving one more question. Let's solve it together children. Alright. Now here at ones place we can see 4 is written. Just ignore this 1. This 4 is written and below it is 8. So here we can see that 4 is a smaller number and 8 is a greater number. So we cannot subtract a greater number from a smaller number. So we have to take borrow from the number which is written at tens place. So from 7 we will take one borrow. So 7 becomes 6 and here this number 4 becomes 14. Now 14 minus 8 is 6 children. Very good. Now here at tens place we can see that 6 is there and below it is 7. Now again we cannot subtract a greater number from a smaller number. So again we have to take a borrow from the number which is written at the left. Yes, so we will cut this 9. So this 9 becomes 8 and this 6 becomes 16. Now 16 minus 7 is 9. Very good, children. Now here we can see that 8 is a greater number and 2 is a smaller number. So it can easily be subtracted. 8 minus 2 is 6 children. There was no need to take borrow at this place because already we were having a greater number on the top and a smaller number below it. Now come at thousands place. Let us see, 3 is a smaller number and 5 is again a greater number. So we have to take a borrow from 6. So we cut this 6, it becomes 5 and this 3 becomes 13. Now 13 minus 5, we can easily subtract 13 minus 5. So 13 minus 5 is 8. Very good, children. Now here at 10,000's place, again 5 on the top and 7 below it. We cannot subtract a greater number from a smaller number. We need to take a borrow from 9. So 9 becomes 8 and this becomes 15. So 15 minus 7 is 8. Very good. Now at lakhs place, we can see that on the top a greater number is there and below it is a smaller number. So it can easily be subtracted. 8 minus 5 is 3. So here we can see that the answer comes 3,88,696. Children, you have to show this working. This working of taking borrow is very important, and whenever you are doing subtraction, I request you all to show this working in your subtraction. So here this greater number is known as minuend, as you have studied above. So this is known as minuend, this is known as subtrahend, and the answer is known as the difference. All right, so let me tell you it more clearly by, if a question is given to you, subtract 2,186 from 9,274. Always keep this in your mind that whenever it is written that you have to subtract this from this. So always read this word from. From means that the number written after from will be the greater number, means minuend, and the number written before it is the smaller number, means subtrahend. Now I request you all to go through this video once again and then you can solve the questions given in your assignment. Thank you, children.